Okay, guys, Arrow is coming back in one more week. Let's hope it's better than season 3. Hey, everybody, this is David, and today I'm going to be telling you all about the many incarnations of Green Arrow in television and film. That's right, I am going to tell you every version I know of and that I could find information about of Green Arrow. And, you know, Arrow is coming back next week, and I'm very excited about it, just as excited I am about The Flash coming back. And yes, I will be reviewing every episode of The Flash and Arrow, because they're the two shows that I really love to talk about the most. And sometimes when, you know, a character that I really like from comics, I like to go back and, you know, look where that character came from. So I do a little bit of research on them. And Arrow is definitely one that I know a lot about and that I've seen many incarnations of that character on television and film. It's also good to read the comics too, so I'm going to start off with the comics. So, the first appearance of the character of Green Arrow was in More Fun Comics number 73 in November 1941. I've never read this issue, but I'm sure it's great. Green Arrow's first appearance on television was in 1973's episode of The Super Friends, Gulliver's Gigantic Goof. And yeah, I'm going to admit, I think Super Friends is the only version of the Green Arrow character that I've never seen before, so I can't really comment too much on that, but I'm sure it was a great episode. Green Arrow would later go back to television in Justice League Unlimited Season 3, 4, and 5, where he would be voiced by Kin Schreier. And this version I know of the character, and I really like the character in this show. This was actually my first exposure to the Green Arrow character, and I remember my mom saw an episode of it when it originally aired, and she said, "What is Robin Hood doing in Justice League?" And I'm like, "Mom, that's not Robin Hood, that's Green Arrow." And she's like, "Oh," as if I knew more about Green Arrow than she did. But at the time, you know, that's how I learned about a lot of these characters. I learned about them through the power of the show, and then, you know, I read Green Arrow comics later on. So I really enjoyed this Green Arrow. One of my favorite episodes featuring Green Arrow in the show was the cat and the canary. Green Arrow helped out Black Canary while she went to go rescue a friend, Wildcat. And one of my favorite moments was when Green Arrow stepped into the boxing ring to, you know, because he wanted to save her, because he knew if Black Canary went into the cage with Wildcat, Wildcat would beat the crap out of her. Even though I don't think he would have touched her. But anyways, you know, Wildcat beats the crap out of Oliver, and Oliver gets knocked out. And at one point you think he's dead. And it was such a powerful scene and such a powerful moment in the episode. You know, that definitely won me over. I think Green Arrow won me over in the first episode that he appeared in, which was like the first episode of season 3, which introduced Justice League Unlimited to, you know, everybody. And yeah, he was such a strong presence whenever he was on. He was kind of like the one that kept the Justice League together, and that was what was great about that character. There was a time in the early 2000s where WB was actually toying around with the idea of a Green Arrow movie, which was going to be called Supermax. Supermax was going to be that movie where Green Arrow's identity was going to be revealed to the world, and he was going to be put in prison called Supermax, where all these DC villains were going to make appearances. Some of the villains that were mentioned by writer David Goyer was Lex Luthor, the Joker, and the Riddler. Unfortunately, this movie never came to be. It seemed like it slowly disappeared, and we never heard of it again. But if you watch the TV series Arrow with Stephen Amell, you'll notice that he has a prison called Supermax. Could it be that maybe one day we'll get to see this storyline in some fashion or another on the TV show Arrow? Who knows? Green Arrow makes his first live-action appearance in the 10-season series Smallville. He actually made his first appearance in Season 6, episode simply titled Arrow, where that's the episode where they started forming the Justice League. because Green Arrow, Oliver, is secretly in Smallville, forming this team, and Clark doesn't find that out until like a couple of episodes later, which in my opinion was one of the best episodes Smallville has ever done. And it was really cool because I think Justin Hartley, who played Green Arrow on the show, did a really great job. He had a sense of fun to him, but also there was a Batman quality to him too. Because yeah, Batman and Green Arrow are very similar in a lot of aspects, but they're also a little bit different personality-wise. And I think that's what made Green Arrow a fresh and fun character to Smallville. I was really happy when they made Oliver a regular cast member in Season 8 because it allowed the Justice League to be a more central part to the show once in a while, which I really enjoyed. Green Arrow later appeared in several episodes of The Batman, starting with the episode Vertigo, where he teamed up with Batman and Robin. In this episode, he was voiced by Chris Hardwick. In Season 5 is where the Batman was starting to get better, because this was the season that was actually introducing the Justice League. And I really enjoyed the Green Arrow Batman crossover because it kind of showed the similarities between the two characters. That they weren't too different. They were billionaires, they had these little motifs, but it was a fun team up. Green Arrow has a small little cameo in Justice League: The New Frontier. Green Arrow would later team up with Batman again in Batman Brave and the Bold in a couple of appearances throughout the series. And they kind of portrayed this little friendship as a fun little rivalry between the two, because they had this fun thing about who was better, if I remember correctly, and it was really good chemistry between the two characters. It was really fun to watch. Green Arrow also makes a cameo appearance in Justice League Crisis on Two Earths, but not in the color green. He actually is in the color red. Green Arrow later got his own DC Showcase short film, simply titled Green Arrow, where he had to go up against Merlin and Count Vertigo, and he had to protect a little princess, a girl, from that they were trying to assassinate. Green Arrow also appeared in Young Justice, serving as a mentor for Arsenal, Roy Harper. And he doesn't make too many appearances, but when he does, it's always cool, right? Especially since Roy is very hot-headed and doesn't like to take orders. Roy is kind of different from the rest of the sidekicks because he takes he wants to work on his own and be his own man. And, Oliver's having difficulties with that in a while, which I really enjoyed. Oliver Queen also appears in Batman: The Dark Knight Returns, Part 2, where he helps Bruce Wayne takes down Superman. Green Arrow would finally get his own show in 2012, simply titled Arrow, played by Stephen Amell, my fellow Canadian. And this show is obviously going on to its 4th season next week, and I'm really excited about it. I think it's a really cool show. Season 1 started off great. Season 2 took it to the next level. To me, Season 2 is the best season of Arrow. Season 3 started off great. It didn't end off so well, but you know what? For the most part, I still think it was an average season at best. And I'm looking forward to Season 4, hoping that the writers can really fix some of the things that they kind of dropped the ball on in Season 3. Because something I notice about these writers is that they're really good at paying attention to what they screwed up on and fixing it later on. So let's hope Season 4 turns out to be a much better improvement. Arrow would also later pave the way for shows like Flash and Legends of Tomorrow, which Stephen Amell would also guest star in. Stephen Amell would also do the voice of Green Arrow in the animated web series Vixen. Recently, Green Arrow also appeared in Batman Unlimited, Animal Instincts, and Monster Mayhem. So guys, that's all the appearances that I know of that Green Arrow has appeared in throughout television and film. And obviously, there's no real big budget film with Green Arrow yet, but who knows, one day there will be. Who knows which will be the actor to really take on the role. I know a lot of people want Matthew McConaughey to play Green Arrow, since he's been rumored to be in talks with DC and Marvel. A lot of people say if he plays a DC character. Wouldn't it be cool if he played Green Arrow? I can kind of see that. I don't know if I would cast an old Green Lantern. I think like Matthew McConaughey is almost in his 50s maybe. So I don't know if I'd go that old, but who knows? Anything is possible. I'd be okay with it, I guess. And let's hope for more Green Arrow in the future. I hope this character continues to rise in popularity, because I think there's a lot of potential there. And I think the TV show Arrow is proving that. And let's hope for the best. And I can't wait for next week. Let's hope for some more great seasons, guys. So until next time, take care.